A preview of tonight's Town Council meeting on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Thursday, May 2nd, 2013. I'm Sarah Colvin. Barnstable Town Council meets tonight right here at Town Hall. The meeting airs live on Channel 18. Councilors will gather at 7 p.m. to discuss a number of issues, starting with appointments and reappointments to boards, committees, and commissions, according to Town Council President Dr. Deborah Dagwan.
This week we're trying to just finish up on getting some of the boards and committee vacancies filled. So we have a couple readings, second readings coming up on Thursday night, which will somewhat complete the Board of Assessors Committee, Conservation. We have the Disabilities Commission, Historical Commission, Human Services Committee, Hyannis Main Street Waterfront, Jane S. Barr Community Service Award Committee, and the JFK Memorial Trust Fund Committee. And we have a few for Waterways and the Youth Commission.
Town Council will also discuss the appropriation of $200,000 of community preservation funds for the preservation of the Cahoon Museum of American Art.
Appropriation of $200,000 for community preservation funds for the preservation of the Cahoon Museum of American Art. And this building and funds have been dedicated each year by the by the Cahoon family, Ralph and Martha Cahoon. And the building needs some upgrading and repairs. And what they're planning to do is to design part of it after these famous artists, and to make it look more like their art studio, the way they kept it when they were around. And so it should be interesting. And a great, not addition, but a great place where art lovers and a lot of the young people can go and learn about the American folk.
An appropriation of $100,000 of community preservation funds for the creation of community housing on Sesame Street in Marston's Mills is also on the table.
Habitat for Humanity, and what they hope to do, with this funding, the idea is that the homes will be made available for very low-income households earning between 45% and 65% of the area median income. So each home sale price will be approximately $133,000, which is a good way to help those who need housing be able to afford it.
Last week, Town Council opened public hearings once again on 3 remaining problem property ordinances. Those public hearings will continue tonight.
We did, and when we went back and opened the public hearing on that one again last Thursday, and found that we still needed to keep the hearing open to get some more feedback on that. We seem to have some overlaps in the state codes compared to the local codes, and we're trying to clean it up somewhat so it won't be so redundant, and then find and create or develop a new ordinance probably is what's going to happen as well, to address issues that aren't covered under the town ordinance or under the state code. I know one of the things people have been concerned about is people leaving furniture and toys and other things out in front of their homes that they just put a for sale sign, or it can be free, free, just pick it up and take it. But sometimes that stuff stays there, could be there for a week or 2 or a month because there's no particular time limit. And I think addressing adding some time limits to some of these ordinances would be very helpful to the health department and those that live in those neighborhoods. When you have abandoned properties that have been sitting for years and nothing's being done about them, we really need to address that, and address it, I think, with some kind of time frame to go back and review them again.
Under new business, Council will discuss a transfer order of just over $55,000 to the Barnstable Police Department's fiscal 13 operating budget.
The police department reviewed their operating budget and saw that there were some things that they needed, or they've been faced with a lot of issues here in town, and felt that they need to increase their force. So the cost related to recruiting, training, and hiring new officers is where this money has been targeted.
An appropriation and transfer order of $13,000 from the Sandy Neck Enterprise Reserves to the Sandy Neck Enterprise account for reimbursement of costs to repair the beach following Tropical Storm Nemo is also under new business for tonight, as is the appointment of Assistant Town Clerk Ann Quirk to serve as interim town clerk when current clerk Linda Hutchenrider retires in June. The meeting will begin with the recognition of Barnstable Police first responders who headed up to Boston last month to help out in the wake of the Boston Marathon bombings. Town Council President Dr. Deborah Dagwan has details.
Yes, I think we've heard a lot about how that whole issue was carried out in Boston, and each area supported Boston by sending whatever reserves or personnel that they felt could be useful up there. And Barnstable sent some first responders as well. And so we've asked the police chief to give us an update on how our Barnstable's first responders fit in, and helping to secure the area, as well as helping to locate the perpetrators of this terrible offense at the Boston Marathon.
Town Council will also hear from Channel 18 staff on the recent awards won from the Alliance for Community Media Northeast Region.
So that's going to be early, right after our moment of silence before we go into public comment. And also we're doing some recognition of Channel 18 staff, you guys, winners of the Northeast Region and Alliance for Community Media and Media Award.
Council meets tonight at 7 p.m. in the second floor hearing room at Town Hall. That meeting will air live on Channel 18. It also streams live on the web at town.barnstable.ma.us. Well, Barnstable wants you to ride your bike. Now that the weather's warmer, there's no excuse to take that two-wheeler for fun or for transportation. Your ideas about how to make Barnstable better for bikers are wanted as well. On Wednesday, May 15th, the Town of Barnstable Growth Management Department is hosting a Barnstable by Bike community event. The cycling community will convene to engage in an active conversation with town staff to share needs, ideas, and concerns. Cyclists are invited to ride to the meeting. There'll be a door prize drawing for those who bike to the event. That event takes place on Wednesday, May 15th from 6 to 7:30 in the Town Hall hearing room. Calling all creative people, the Town of Barnstable's Economic Development Division, Growth Management Department, and Massachusetts Creative Economy Industry Director Helena Fruscio are hosting the second round of Creative Next Resource Office Hours later this month. Area office hours are available for individual companies within the creative industry sector looking to grow their business. This includes design, fashion, visual art, craftsmen, advertisers, and more. Office hours are between 1 and 4:30 at Barnstable Town Hall on Wednesday, May 29th. Eat, dance, and mingle, all the while helping the Hyannis Public Library to raise funds to replace its heating system. Get tickets now to what they are calling the main event. It's this Saturday, May 4th, featuring music provided by Alan McGarry and Friends. Hors d'oeuvres prizes for only $25 per ticket, on sale now at the Hyannis Public Library. The main event is being held at Fresh Catch Restaurant on Main Street, Saturday, May 4th from 6 to 9 p.m. You can find all the details online at hyannislibrary.org. And finally, did you know there are two types of dogs within the police canine unit? Well, this Saturday from noon to 2 p.m., head to Taylor Bray Farm in Yarmouthport for canine police demonstrations featuring the Yarmouth and other Cape units to learn more about the types of dogs and what they're trained to do. The patrol dogs and detection dogs, along with their handlers, will demonstrate area searchers, narcotics detection, handler protection, and more. Another kind of dog, the ones you eat, will be for sale along with soda and water. Donations support the Taylor Bray Farm. With Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Colvin.